the first time the Indian team in 1987 to Bangkok. So we were playing the 5th and the 6th place matches, and we did exceedingly well. We just finished the game against Malaysia. We won the game. India was having the SAF Games finals in Calcutta. India versus Pakistan finals, and that was the prime time match. The whole stadium was about 10 to 15,000 packed.
Back then.
And nobody knew that we have arrived. We were only 3 of us who never had the SAF Games uniform. Then we had a evening, the finals, that was the closing of SAF Games also. We won the match.
So carrying your nation's pride gives you a lot more.
Yes, and always, as you said, that the nation's pride. So you want to do well. See, my motto always was till the last that when you go, you don't go as a tourist to see a tour, a country. You go there to play well, you execute it, and you should make a mark for yourself. So slowly I became one of the leading rebounders in all the championships. Whether it is in India, it's abroad, leading one of the top 2 to 3 scorers for the country. So this was my standard thing. And in those days, I always had a habit of visualizing. There was no psychologist or nobody to teach you, but you had some foreign coaches.
Today we have sports psychiatry, which is a booming career as well.
Today everything, you have a fitness coach, you have a nutritionist.
The first lesson probably, as you say, is visualization, so you can manifest your visions to reality.
So I used to keep thinking every day, in the morning, in the evening, before you sleep, before you take rest, how to shoot. I'm thinking, how do I collect rebounds? So every day I keep thinking the game situations. So this helped me, which I didn't understand at that time, because there were some foreign coaches in Patiala during the 82 Asian Games. So I used to just talk to them. Many of the foreign coaches, not even from our teams, they used to be athletics, and so I used to just talk to them and ask them, how do you do, what is your training? So I used to get all these inputs, and I used to practice that. That helped me till my last, because game situations, I would think, today we are playing this game, so how I should play and what I should do. And always, slowly as I grew, I learned from some of these coaches. We had very good coach like Prithpal Singh. Then we had a couple of coaches from Bangalore itself, like Mr. Ramar, then Mysore Srinivas Gowda. So they all every coach gave some good inputs. I interacted with the foreign coach. He says, my duty is, I will coach you in the ground. I want the result in the ground. So before coming to the ground, it's your duty to get fit. How do you get fit? You have to be with a fitness trainer. You have some psychological problem, you have to go to a psychologist, or you have to learn the skills. You want to have proper nutrition. Now, in those days, the coach only would tell, you have milk, you have egg, you have this,
Now
that.
We have dietetics and nutrition division, which comes into play.
And each one has a different thing. Your weight training for you is different, for each position is different. For your diet is different for different position, different games. So these were all the very good thing. And during my journey, I always took it as that every coach has something good. That's one thing I believe. You may not, I know people will say, oh, this coach does not have everything, but there will be some good points. Catch the strength of that coach and try to take that good points to you. Leave the rest. So I always believed in taking the best out of every ordinary coach. Also has some good points to give you. So if you think that that's important, take it across. So working in these aspects helped me grow more and more. And also understanding, for example, as you grow older, how do you change your style of game? See, when you're in your till your late 20s,
you'll be more aggressive,
aggressive thing. Then you start using your intelligence. Like, for example, a lot of people still appreciate. I take the sky hook, which is called in basketball. I introduced dunking when I was a kid. When I came in my 30s, I started my sky hook. Even the 7-footer like Panda or very tough players, taller players who could jump, they could not take it because you had developed a new skill.
Yes.
And I mastered that skill. That became a good...
it's a hallmark.
Yeah,
it's a hallmark that you...
Another important thing I always felt in my journey was I should leave the game when I'm still good. Okay, I had led the team for various series, various championship. In fact, when I led the first time the Indian team in 1987 to Bangkok, so we were playing the 5th and the 6th place matches, and we did exceedingly well. The team beat very good teams like Jordan and other things, and then finally India was having the SAF Games finals in Calcutta, and none of us knew that for the final game, 3 of us were supposed to fly back. We just finished the game against Malaysia, we won the game, and immediately the coach says, pack your bags, we are flying. He said, flying? We have got one more game. He says, no, you have to go to the Calcutta and join the team for the India versus Pakistan finals, and that was the prime time match. The whole stadium was about 10 to 15,000 packed.
Back then.
And nobody knew that we have arrived. So if you see the pictures, you see all that, we were only 3 of us who never had the SAF Games uniform. The whole SAF Games contingent has a national uniform. So we landed there, they also didn't know. Only the players were surprised to see us in the breakfast table in the morning. We landed in the aircraft, Mr. Shah was the commissioner of police, he was the president of basketball. So he had arranged for a reception, we stayed in the hotel. Morning when we were going for breakfast, other teammates are surprised. Then the coach told them that, no, they are our teammates. They were surprised, they themselves did not know. Then we had an evening, the finals, that was the closing of SAF Games also. We won the match. There was a huge coverage, I still have the press clippings. We scored 32 points in that game, and we won. And the whole stadium was, India-Pakistan, any game is always a good. Volleyball, football, anywhere it is. So, it was a beautiful thing, and they had trained with I think the American side, because they had some government protocol where they went there and trained, and they had come. They had a good team at that time, and the best of the team did not come to the ABC at Bangkok. So they withdrew from that sport. They wanted to win the SAF game. They were here. Oh. They were surprised to see us because we had not played the other games, but we played only the finals.
And you won that.
Yeah, won, and it was a memorable moment.
It's a historic win, definitely.
And it's also an honor, like somebody saying, the country needs you, from here to here you go. It's
definitely
it's a boost for you also, so it's a great thing. Then when the first historic tour, when the government had sent the Indian team to USA, I led the team because we had touring test matches there. So it's a beautiful journey, but at the same time, they should still say, when you leave the sport, that sports only, no, he's a top player. That's how it is.
At that peak,
you should. So when I left the game at 96, I was still in my peak. After that, the nationals, we won a bronze medal. So still the coaches, I remember when the team was supposed to go for the Asian Basketball Championship, the coach called me, the secretary spoke to me, but I told them that secretary knew about it, Mr. JP Mishra, that I would like to leave it because when I'm still good, he knew about it. So he told the coach, see, Rajan has already told me he wants to think. Then Bevan said, why don't you come? Bevan Chako was the coach. He said, why don't you come play one more ABC as a senior player? I said, I love to play for the country, but I still like to leave when I'm still good. So give me the choice of that. Then he smiled. So it's nice because I've seen, you don't want to leave after some time. Sometimes it happens. People, you like that you say, let me extend one more championship.
Yes. I think every player, every athlete goes through that moment.
It's a very difficult decision because I took a lot of discussions with my wife, Nivedita, who supported me, with some of my close friends, with some of the association and everything. I took some time to get that comfort because you're 15 years, you're 7 to 8 months outside, then you travel to different 1 or 2 championships abroad, then you play test series, you're always on the thing. It's a total different feel and takes quite a thing, not an easy decision.
I still remember this one great achievement of his, which is like very, very fresh in my mind. In 1987, he had gone with the Indian team as a captain. After the championship was over, he was one of the 3 people who were selected and flown into India to play against Pakistan in the final match. So I think this was something very proud and a great moment, for all of us.
ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇದಾಗಿತ್ತು ಈ ದಿನದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ವಿಶೇಷ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಸಾಧನೆಯತ್ತ ಇರಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚಿತ್ತ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗೋಣ. ವಂದನೆಗಳು.